Hey team, welcome to another week. Another week done, another week coming up. Now, we had a shout out to Anna last week, which is awesome for her journey, what she's been through. Shout out this week to all the OGs. Those ones that just keep turning up, doing their thing, and you know who you are. I'm very grateful to see or be part of everyone's progress. It's such a cool hat to be wearing. Just to be able to have someone's willing to turn up, willing to soak up, willing to learn, and willing to get better. And when you see someone go from here to there to there to there, or even just focusing on one thing and getting it, and you know that compounding effect is going to happen with that, and at home and at work, and then that's going to be spread around the environment, the peers that they spend the times with. It's so cool to see that ripple effect. So, you know, and that goes for the people that have just started the 6 weeks challenge, it goes for the people that have been here for years, and it goes for the others that have only been here for a few months. So always never take it for granted. I'm always so grateful to be able to be part of that, and it is one of the best parts of my day. You know, there's a huge part to why I'm sitting in the seat. A wow for the week, I saw this float around on the Facebook the other day. Probably just shows you stuff that you want to see, and I like to see cool shit. And this was a classic example of where talent meets hard work, and it's pretty hard to believe. You kind of have to watch it to fully comprehend what this kid's done. If you follow this photo and find it on Facebook under the Guinness World Records, this dude is juggling 3 Rubik's Cubes while completing them at the same time. It's mind-blowing, but again, it's a classic example of where talent and hard work just gets carried away. So I love seeing that stuff, because that's where someone's had a single focus and they've just gone one step at a time, and they've got this somewhere incredible. And workouts come up this week. We've got a little bit of testing of sorts. So a big thing I want to remind you at the start of the week is that how we learn things and how the process we want to kind of develop when we're doing our training. So mechanics first, consistency of those mechanics second, and then bring the intensity. So we learn our technique of what we're doing, and we're consistent with it. We make it a habit. So when we bring the rain, we don't know how to move badly. We're always going to look after ourselves. And so we've got a heavy single deadlift on Monday to start with. So it's as heavy as you can do well. I'm sure you could put some more weight on and ham it up. Don't do that. You just get it. That would just be silly, and you won't progress. You'll go backwards. So have a good warm up, and then remember, just take the weight out of the bar and then stand it up close to your body. Okay. And then the next piece, we've got some wall balls, short wing number, wall balls, probably because it's going to take a bit of time for the deadlift. A 7-minute AMRAP. Hang on, hold the phone, give me a minute. On the minute, we've got 5 deadlifts. So deadlifts and wall balls are one of these sweet combos that I love, because they're so complementary and very effective. So you're going to do 5 deadlifts, and then you'll just do wall balls for the rest of the minute, and come back and do 5 deadlifts, and then you can do wall balls for the rest of the minute, and that goes for 7 minutes. That's an epic Monday. Then on Tuesday, we have strict pull-ups, so a max set of strict pull-ups. Now, understandably, not everyone is at the strict pull-up stage. If we are going to do a ring row alternative, find a benchmark for your feet to go to, which is relatively challenging, and make sure that your body position doesn't falter or start the hips drop at the bottom or come firing up at the top. Keep that nice flat plank through that set of ring rows, and then go to when that technicality breaks down, and that'll be your max number. And so after that, boat race, 3 rounds of time, row, run, 3 minutes rest between rounds. This can be quite intense, so have a good steady pace on the row and a nice steady pace on the row. When I say steady, it's going to be relatively flat out. So the 500 meter on the row, when you guys row with a certain display up, it will give you an average time per 500 meters. It might say 2 minutes 10, it might say 1 minute 50. That gives you an idea of how long that's going to take. And then you'll be able to get an idea of how long your 400 meter run takes once you've done one, rest 3 minutes, which is almost going to be, not quite, but almost 50-50 for some people. Good bit of conditioning. Yeah, a lot of benchmarky, a lot of benchmarky things here. So when you open up your Sugar White app, and then on the workout, and it'll have in blue writing, you have previously logged X amount of kilos for this, or X time for this, or you have no log workouts for this benchmark. Anytime you see that, obviously that is a benchmark one which we have done in the past, and they can be great ones to note down because we're likely to do them in the future. Wednesday, again, built to a heavy single back squat. Now we've been slowly chomping down the reps over the weeks with 5 sets of 5, 5 sets of 4, 5 sets of 3, 5 sets of 2. Now this is a heavy single day. Again, technically well, so breaking the parallel and coming back up, or where you can still keep your back foot and your heels down for those that don't have that range of motion yet. And if we don't have that range of motion, that would be one of the first things we really need to nut out before we start putting heavy stuff on the bar. And then 15 minutes for total reps, biking, air squats, skipping, toe to bar, burpees to a target. Oh, that's good. I like that. You guys will like that too. There's it's like 5 minutes of this, 4 minutes of this, 3 minutes of this, 2 minutes of that, and then 1 minute of the end. I'm looking forward to Wednesday. It's gonna be great. Thursday, 5-rounder, rowing, rope climbs, or the alternative, pulling and lifting the hip flexors up. Double dumbbell deadlifts, always good fun. Probably feet a little bit closer than your conventional deadlift for that one. And maybe sitting it down a bit more because your hands will go closer to the ground. We don't want to leave it over more, just sit down a bit more. And then 100 meter farms carry. That, and what I see here is that's one of those kind of grippy ones for the week where you're rowing, not massively demanding, but when you take your body weight off the ground for the rope climb alternative, yes. Deadlifts, yes. Farmers carry, yes. Grip doesn't get much of a break. And then Friday, strict press. So build to a heavy single of that. Now you've heard me blow on about this heaps in the last few weeks, but keeping our points stacked instead of doing this with the bar, just chin goes back, head through that hole. Okay, so if you are going to turn up to some days this week, turning up to any of those benchmark days will be great. That way you've got something penciled in to retest on in the future, or when a workout comes up and ideally you use a percentage of that weight in the workout, just like so we're building a heavy single strict press, and then after it we've got 20 minutes. We're going to run 400 meters and we're going to do max unbroken strict presses at 60% of the weight that you've just done. Okay, so that's all scalable to the individual. Say if your strict press was 35 kilos, let's do some quick math. Say if it's 40 kilos, 60%, that's going to be 24 kilos, right? So 6 times 4, 24, easy math. Or get a calculator, you'll figure it out. Saturday, 10 to 3 again, 25 minutes. Little bit leggy, Box jumps, front squats, and dumbbell snatches on the minute. All teammates do 5 burpees, so there's actually four in there. Cool. That'd be cool. Read that one before you come in. And then Sunday, same deal, intervals, run, row, bike, different paces and different distances. Sweet. What day are we coming up? 15th, yeah, mean. We get the 15th, 16th, sweet. 20th come up with today. Hope you guys are getting some skiing in. Looks like there's been a lot of people in ski gear in town. And like I said last week, if you want some coaching, 6 a.m., 6 p.m. on Tuesdays, Thursdays, 10 a.m. on Wednesday, Thursday, and 8 o'clock on Saturday. It's always a good one to come to when there's a few people. Come join in. We're not gonna hammer you with things to work on, because that doesn't work. You try to work on everything, you work on nothing. But if we can get you to focus on one thing, you get that dialed in, technique, consistency, intensity, then you don't have to think about it. You've got it. Another thing which I'm likely to do soon, this weekend or next weekend or throughout the week coming up, is have a Facebook message group where we can put things in, say, because the toilet key's gone missing for some reason. Again, it's just vanished. Does anyone know where the toilet key is? I don't know. So to put things like that in there, or say there's a bunch of, say someone was like, oh, is anyone training on Saturday morning, or I'm training at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, who wants to come join me? To try and get a bit of community communication associated around here. And like another example, like someone has left one, like an earbud, probably for a noise cancelling earbud for playing music. Someone's left one of them here at the gym. You could take a photo of that, chuck it up there. Probably not something to do with like, hey, I'm selling my beard, you guys want to buy my beard? Not that type of thing. So we'll have some ground rules around it, but I think it'll be an awesome way for people to communicate effectively. Obviously there'll be a teething process. I don't know. I always try to nut things out, or if there's an issue that arises, deal with it straight away. Otherwise it just compounds and festers and gets heavy and whoa, what happened there? Geez, you'd think I'd had too much caffeine today. Only a little bit. What else? No, that's it. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend whenever you watch this, or the rest of your week, and we'll see you later.